everyone. Okay, we're going to give this is an instructional tutorial video of how to do two of the art projects, the negative positive space splatter paint and the tissue paper butterfly and flower. So for the negative space, you have two of these in your art bag, and that's just in case there's this is going to be challenging and it's thick too. So if there's an uh-oh in here, they'll have another one to start over. And this is thicker paper too, so it really requires the muscles that they have been building over the years. Okay, so when we cut it out, when they cut it out, they're going to be cutting it out. We're going to get two parts. Okay, we're going to save both of them. And what you're going to want to do is take a glue stick, and you don't want to put a ton of glue, just enough to get it to stay in place. And then they can splatter paint, or it doesn't have to be splatter painting. They can finger paint, they can balloon paint, where they just stamp up and down, up and down. The most important part is that they get all around the edges so that they can see the shape when they take this off. Okay, so in this one, we are covering up the negative space right now, and we're painting in the positive space, and they're going to see that when they take it off, because then they're going to have a positive space heart that they're going to see, because it's going to be the first thing that their eyes look at when they look at the page. I sent a video on GroupMe about negative and positive space art if you want to watch it. It's pretty cool, and then you can kind of get an idea of how to teach your child in a way that they'll understand. The video itself is not necessarily age-friendly for preschool, but it breaks it down. So then, same thing, on another piece of construction paper, you're going to do the same thing, glue this on. They're going to paint all behind it, again, making sure that they get over all those edges, and then once you take it off, they will see that they've colored the negative space, and that the positive space is the white heart that doesn't have any paint on it. So that's it for that. If you guys have any questions, don't hesitate to ask. And then what I would do is I would put both of them together. Like if you're going to hang them up somewhere, put them both together and let the kids look at them to really understand how one is negative and one is positive and what that means. Okay, so we've got a tissue paper, flower, and butterfly. They are going to be using their cutting muscles. Again, this is pretty thick paper, which is great for exercising those muscles. They're going to be cutting out the flower and the butterfly. And we've got a bag of tissue paper back here. There's a couple of different ways that you can glue the tissue paper onto the flower and the butterfly. If you have laundry starch at home, you can use that instead of glue for this technique. Okay, there's two different techniques. This one is the rip and apply technique. And they can rip, just have them rip all the colors that they want. This has more of a mosaic look to it when we do it this way. And then they're going to apply their tissue paper to their flower. And then they're going to take the laundry starch. It's like the one that we had at school is like in a little blue bottle. I'm pretty sure they sell them everywhere. And they're gonna dip it in, and they're going to paint over it, and that is going to seal the tissue paper. It's also going to create a bit of a glossy look, and like I said, it's going to look mosaic with all the different colors on there. Okay, so that could be really fun, and you can try both of these techniques, one on the butterfly, one on the flower, and see which one they like best. Okay, and the other way to do it is you take your tissue paper. If they want little pieces, they could also tear them and then do this, but they're basically just going to scrunch it up at the bottom and then glue it right onto their butterfly. So it's very three-dimensional. I saw some when I googled images of this, some had like all one color around the border and then different colors like inside the wings. That looked so pretty, but it's going to look really pretty whatever pattern, whatever colors, it's gonna look really pretty, really three-dimensional. And so then the whole, they're gonna cut this out and then they'll just have that beautifully shaped butterfly with their tissue paper on it. And that is it. So I hope you guys have fun with your art. On our calendar it says remove an eggshell today, so you guys know how to do that. Please send me any videos that you do of science, your science projects, and also your art. I'd love to see them. Okay, have fun with it. Bye.